Well, just because I'm on the verge of moving doesn't mean we can't talk about sports. Let's rock into today's topic. All right, what's going on, guys? My name's Antonio, and welcome back to the All Around Sports Podcast. Today, I am going over three quarterbacks today. Now, we know that there's some quarterbacks that have their season on the line. The three quarterbacks I wanted to touch on was Aaron Rodgers of the New York Jets, highlighted as a Super Bowl contender for some reason.
Huh? Huh? Huh?
And then also along with Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, which got eliminated out of the playoffs again. And lastly, Russell Wilson for the Pittsburgh Steelers, coming in with probably the highest of all the three expectations. But which quarterback has the most at stake this upcoming season? Prescott, Rodgers, or Russell Wilson? I'm going to be going over that. But before we get started, I wanted to touch on the early news that we heard of this morning, which was the passing away of a great NBA legend, which is known by the name of Jerry West. He was one of the great NBA players that created a massive toll on the NBA, is the official logo since 1967, and was one of the great executives and players of the game. So, rest in peace to Jerry West, and hopefully, and prayers out to his entire family, to all the West family. But if you guys do enjoy this video, please be sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. But for now, let's get this discussion underway. So I believe that, loads of people are looking at Dak Prescott because he is the member of America's team, because that's the highest expectations, the high team with the highest expectations. But I'm kind of veering off because I believe that the person with the most to prove and the most at stake this season is Russell Wilson. Because Russell Wilson, now to recap, I went over Russell Wilson and also along with Arthur Smith and Matt Canada in my video that I said that the Steelers aren't a 500 or over team. Just to recap, just as a quick reminder. But if you want to check that out as far as part of the stats, be sure to check that video out. But I believed that Matt Canada that Arthur Smith is not an upgrade over Matt Canada. And for those stats, I have those in the Steeler video that I said that they aren't a over 500 team. So if you need to see my video on that, be sure to check that one out. But anyways, the Steelers have the highest expectations this season because they have not won a playoff game in 8 years. Russell Wilson, in order to revive his career, he must go to the playoffs and win a playoff game. Something that the Steelers have not done in about 8 years, to 8 to 9 years now. But to note, I looked up this stat recently. Did you know that Russell Wilson, since Super Bowl 49, which still haunts me to this day, did you know that Russell Wilson is 3-6 in the playoffs since Super Bowl 49? That's Dak Prescott numbers, for crying out loud. That's Dak Prescott numbers. And I know that Russell Wilson has a good opportunity around him. The Steelers defense is amazing. TJ Watt leading the charge on it. It solely relies on his health. And then their offense, which is loaded with new pieces, but their head coach, Mike Tomlin, if Russell Wilson gets in a heated discussion with Mike Tomlin like he did to Sean Payton last season, he's going to get benched because you do not talk that way to Mike Tomlin because he has always found a way to turn a very bad team into a winning team. And I do think that is not going to happen this time. But Russell Wilson, in order for him to revive his career, he must go to the playoffs and win a playoff game. If he makes the playoffs and doesn't win a playoff game, we're going to call the season for the Steelers a failure because Russell Wilson, now remember, this is just an example. If Russell Wilson goes to the playoffs again with the loaded AFC as there is, you cannot have any excuses because you have an offense that can do it and you have a defense that can easily win a playoff game. You have no excuse to lose a playoff game if you make it, supposing if you do. But remember, the Steelers play in the hardest division in the NFL. And that's one of the reasons why I put Dak Prescott just a little behind Russell Wilson because Dak Prescott plays the Philadelphia Eagles, which are the only threat in the NFC East right now. But because the Giants and Commanders are easily a bag of chips. But, anyways, the Steelers play in the hardest division in the NFL. You play the Ravens, Browns, and Bengals in that division alone. And on top of it all, you're playing in a conference that is otherwise known as the Gauntlet in the AFC. You are playing teams like Kansas City, you're playing the Texans, Colts, Jaguars, Bills, Dolphins, and Jets if they are anywhere near relevant this year. But my point is, Russell Wilson needs to win a playoff game in order for him to revive his career, supposing they do make the playoffs. Because so for some reason we're highlighting this Steeler team as a playoff team, which I don't disagree with what the people are saying. I do not disagree whatsoever. What I'm trying to say is we have not seen the Steelers win a playoff game in 8 seasons. Russell Wilson is 3-6 in the playoffs since the Super Bowl 49 instance. He has not sniffed a playoff berth since leaving Seattle. He has not even sniffed a glance. The last time he was in the playoffs was with the Seahawks in 2020, where they got ousted in the wild card round to the Los Angeles Rams. My point is, Russell Wilson needs to win a playoff game. But, anyways, but that's why I have Russell Wilson ahead of Dak Prescott and Aaron Rodgers. But let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Who do you guys think, what quarterback do you guys think has the most at stake out of these three quarterbacks? Let me know down in the comment section below and let me know of a reason why. So I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll catch you all in the next one. Ciao for now.